guys, welcome back to another video. This is 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 4, Episode 10, Cuts Both Ways. I hope you guys are doing okay. Sending love to y'all and to all y'all's families. And we're just going to jump right into it, okay? First, we got Yolanda and Nat Williams, okay? So she's walking in the park with her kids, her oldest and one of her boys. And they're trying to talk some sense into their mama, okay? They're like, look, so what's going on with you and Nat Williams? Have you heard from him? Has he messaged you on his fake Instagram? Girl, what's going on, okay? So she says, funny you ask, because this woman named Sweet Pea, I'm not going to say the whole thing, but y'all know what that lady name was, okay? A lady named Sweet Pea had messaged me on Instagram, slid into my DMs, and said that Nat Williams' account had got hacked. And that he really misses me and he loves me. And he want to talk to me, but he just can't. And I believe her. I believe her. And the children was like, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. The plot thickens. Now they got a woman named Sweet Pea messaging their mama talking about Nat Williams. She had talked to Nat Williams. And Nat Williams said that he had missed her, okay? So the son asked a good question. He's like, Mama, so if Nat Williams can get in touch with this woman named Sweet Pea, why he can't get in touch with you? And she was like, that's a good question. I had messaged Sweet Pea and I had asked her kindly if she can let Nat Williams know that I'm looking for him and I want to talk to him, and if there's any way that I can contact him, because I really do believe that he is hacked. So the children's like, goodness gracious, we're gonna have to find another way for Mama to try to realize it's not Williams, it's not Williams, okay? So the next scene, they sit their mama down and they're like, look, have you ever heard of reverse image search, Mama? And she's like, I never heard of that. What is that? Okay, so they're like, look, we need to get Williams' picture so we can search it in Google and see if, you know, it's attached to like a search of anybody else on the internet, okay? And so she's like, okay, just open that folder that say Williams on it, and that's all his pictures he sent to me. And so they open up the tab, and it's just Williams, you know, shirtless and stuff like this with all his muscles and whatnot. And they're like, Mama, this what you like? Because it's like opposite of our daddy. Is this what you want, Mama? Is this what you want now? Okay, girl. Okay, they was judging their mama for liking them pictures of Nat Williams. And so they find a good picture of him with his face kind of showing a little bit. And so they reverse search that, and we don't know what the results is. They're gonna make us wait till next episode, y'all. So then we get to Avery and Ash. So we know that they've been fighting when they were in Cairns, and now they're on the way back to Melbourne. Okay, he was fussing at her in the car for the way she was saying Melbourne. He was like, look, we don't say that. We say Melbourne. And you're going, whenever you hear, you're going to say it like this, okay? So I was like, all right, Ash. He says that he got a text from his baby mama, Sion. And Sion says, you know, it's cool that her and Avery can meet up. So he's like, okay, that's good, okay? So he says, look, Avery's going to have to deal with this whole insecurity thing of like me in my business. Because, yes, I talk to single women and she's just going to have to deal with her jealousy. And I'm like, okay, this is their scene that's not going to end well because he already starting bad, all right? So the next scene, he wants to take her to one of his dating seminars that he already has planned and just show her like how he does his thing and what he does or whatever, okay? So we talked to some of the ladies before class and they're like, yes, I've heard of Ash. And I really think that I'm going to get something out of this class. And, you know, I really want to learn about the 5 love languages. And I really feel like I would benefit from this class. So I'm ready. And I was like, okay, girl. So class starts. And Ash starts talking some foolishness, okay? He's like, look, the man is like this. And he's masculine. He like football. He like pizza. He like beer. Okay? And the woman is like this. The woman likes flowers. Like she likes clouds. She likes the color pink. Okay? And the two shall never cross. Y'all got that? And everybody's like, this not it. This is not it, okay? Even Avery in the back of the class is like, I really hope he doesn't believe any of this stuff. I never knew he was preaching like this on the internet about dating advice. So I don't know what's going on, okay? I was like, Avery girl, I don't know what's going on either. So then Ash starts to get kind of like nervous. He can tell that the crowd is not with him. So he's like, woo, it's getting hot in here. I think I'm hot. I need a moment. I need a moment. So the man is, whew, I need to take a moment outside, okay? So he steps outside, and then Avery follows him, and he's like, look, I'm not doing good, okay? And she's like, yeah, why don't you try to talk about the 5 love languages some more? Like you going off into a path you probably shouldn't go into. Stick to the 5 love languages. And he's like, okay. So he regroups, he goes back in there, and then he takes off his coat. He's like, look, I'm gonna have to take off my cloak. My coat is hot. My throat's closing up. Okay. What I meant to say was that, you know, like y'all grandfathers and y'all grandmothers back in the good days, how the men would go to work and the woman would just shut up. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be, okay? And the whole class was like, that's not how it's supposed to be. And he was like, yes, it is. And they're like, interesting, okay? I thought, you know what, Ash, that's not it, baby. That's not no good. You're not giving no good dating advice, okay? And so Avery's like, look, I'm scared that he really believes this foolishness that he is spouting to the class, okay? So the next scene is like the next day after the seminar, and they have a little walk along the beach, and they're talking about the seminar, and she's like, Avery's like, how did you think the seminar went? And he was like, you know, it didn't go as I expected it to, but that's okay. And she's like, so all that stuff you were saying in the class about women being like this and men being like this, you believe that? And he was like, yeah, the men are dominant, and you know, we like football, baseball, basketball, and the women don't like that. Y'all feminine. Y'all need to shut up and stay in y'all lane. Okay, he didn't say that, but I'm summarizing, okay? So, and she's like, no, I don't think that's right. Maybe you should change your approach up. Maybe you should like maybe do a little more research before you get on there asking women to listen to you. And he kind of gets into his feelings, and he feels like he is right. So he doesn't like the way Avery is coming at him. He feels like she's coming at him too strong, but he's not really listening to her. And yeah, so Ash gets in his feelings, and he walks away. He's like, look, I'm done. And she tries to talk to him, you know, as he walks, and he's like, look, I don't want to talk right now. Okay, so I'm like, wow. So Avery girl, I don't know what you're gonna do, but that was them. Next we get to David. So we know David has been stalking this woman in the Ukraine, poor Lana. She has been hiding out wherever she could, but so he found an address for Lana, and so he goes to the apartment, and we see him about to ring the doorbell. So he rings the doorbell, and a man opens up, an older man, a nice man, and he's like, hello, and the man is like, good afternoon or good evening. I don't know what time it is, but what do you want? Okay. And David is like, Lana, and the man is like, what do you want? Okay. So David is like trying to like say some words, and the man does not speak English. So he's trying to tell him like, look, I don't know Lana. I don't know who Lana is. David shows him a picture of Lana, and he's like, I've lived in this apartment building since 1995. I've never seen this woman in my whole life, okay? And David translates to him that he's been seeing Lana for 3 years. And the man puts together that Lana sent him to this address. So he's like, look, Lana don't live here. She don't live here, boo, okay? So David don't really understand. David is like, so is Lana here? Or like, is she in the back? Can I talk to her? And the man is like, look, Lana is not here, okay? So David finally leaves, and David is in his feelings. He's like, look, this is the last straw. This is it. I can't do this anymore. And then we go back to talk to the man. The man is like, look, I feel bad for him, but like, Lana don't live here, okay? And you know, it is what it is. He's like, look, I'm gonna give my American men a fair warning. Don't do this. Don't use this path and come and try to just pop up on a Ukrainian woman at her house and expect her to want to see you. It's don't do that. Okay? And I was like, that's really good information. That's really good advice to get to David. Thank you, sir. Okay, have a good evening. All right. So we see, we say bye to him, and then we go back to David. David's still saying, you know, like he's going back home, and this is it for him. He really wanted a life and marriage with this woman, and now it's all coming to an end. And I was like, I hope it is. But knowing you, David, it's not. It's not coming to an end. The next scene, he goes back to Odessa, and then he packs all his stuff, and he's still sad and upset. And then he's on his way back to the U.S. He says, look, if Lana even like message, if I see that she's online, I'm going to use that as hope and come back to the Ukraine. I'm like, you know what, David, stop. Stop. At this point, just stop, okay? But anyways, that was David. Then we get to Ed and Rose. So we know that Ed stayed the night over at Rose's house with her family. And Ed was really uncomfortable, okay? He said, look, I want you to leave your family and your son. And I want you just to come with me and go on vacation, okay? And so Rose is like, look, I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? So she's like, look, I'll come with you, but I don't want to leave my son and my family. But okay, all right. So poor Rose. So she goes with Ed, and they're saying goodbye to her family and her sister and her son, and they don't want them to leave, and Rose don't want to leave, but she's like, look, I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? And I'm like, do what you gotta do, sis, all right? So they're going to this island called Palawan, okay? And they're going like on a little vacation. So it's the first time that Rose has been on a plane. So she really enjoys the plane or whatever. She's eating her some noodles on the plane. I said, girl, enjoy it, all right? So she makes it on the island, and I guess that night they had went to sleep. The next morning I see my girl in like a nice white robe. She got a cup of tea or coffee, enjoying herself. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Ed comes in and messes up her peace, okay? And he's like, look what I got for you. And she's like, what? So he's like, look, I got you some swim clothes, and I also got you some, and it was some lingerie. She's like, what is that? What is that? He's like, I got you some lingerie, okay? She's like, I don't even know how to wear that, okay? I was like, girl, don't worry about putting that on for him, girl. Stop it. So then he's like, look, this is not romantic, but here's some mouthwash, some toothpaste, and a toothbrush. And I want you to brush your teeth because your breath doesn't smell good. And she's like, what? Just so rude. It's so rude, y'all. So he's like, look, your breath don't smell good, but I'm only worried about your health because, you know, it could affect your heart. Your teeth problems could affect your heart. And she's like, I have an ulcer. That's why my breath doesn't smell good. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. Now that you said that, I understand. But you never told me that before. And I was like, you... Ooh, a mess. So she's like, I feel embarrassed. I feel like he is so rude and so disrespectful. And I was like, yes, girl, he is. Anyway, she's like, look, I'm going to try to still enjoy this little vacation, but he's doing too much, right? So the next scene, he says to make it up to her, he's going to take her on like a little excursion. They go on a boat, and they go on another island where they have like a lot of monkeys and stuff. So when they get on the island, Ed is he thinks he's gonna have a good time until one of the monkeys had ran up on Ed and took his bag out his book sack. He was like, oh my gosh. And then another monkey came from the other side. As soon as he grabbed something out of his bag, that monkey snatched it. I was like, you know what? These some gangster monkeys on this island, okay? So the monkeys was not playing with them. The monkeys was hungry. They was like, look, y'all came here to have a good time. We came here for some food. Where the food at? Okay? I said, you know what? Give them that food. Stop playing with them. So Rose thinks it's funny. She's like, look, I like monkeys. Ed don't. And they attacking him. So I'm having a good time. I say, okay, well, have a good time, sis. So whenever they get back to their hotel, they have like a little romantic, or Ed has a romantic dinner planned. So he's like, oh, I asked for the best table and right by the pool, and me and her are going to have a romantic dinner. So that's what they do. And, Rose is having a good time until Ed brings up that her sister had asked him for some money, and he wants to know if Rose knew anything about it. Rose is like, I don't know anything about that. I don't know why she was asking you for some money. I'm gonna talk to her. I don't know why. You don't think I love you? You think I'm here for the money? I love you. Okay? And what we gonna do is we gonna talk to my sister together. Okay? I was like, you better play that part, Rose. You better play it, girl. Okay, so she said, look, I love you. I want to be with you, and I can't wait to have 2 babies. And he's like, she don't know I want to get a vasectomy and I don't want to have babies, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna wait to drop that on her later, okay? So I said, all right. So that was Ed and Rose. Then we get to Darcy. This was drawn out, y'all. Tom feels the need to go to Connecticut to give Darcy a letter. He says he feels like he's able to express himself better when it's written down. So he feels like he now, after he wrote this letter, he now has a sudden realization that he had intense feelings for Darcy, and so he wants to drive all the way to Connecticut to go give her a letter. So I said, okay, we're just going to stretch their scenes out at this point, huh? Okay. So he drives to Connecticut, and Darcy is like packing in her house. She's like, look, I blocked Tom off of everything. I don't have nothing to do with him. I'm done with him, you know, whatever. And so Tom gets to the house. He rings the doorbell. Stacy opens the door. Stacy's like, Darcy, you got somebody here for you, okay? So Darcy comes down and she's like, I cannot believe it. What are you doing here? And he's like, look, I left things off in a bad, it was bad. And you're a great mom. You're a great friend. And I wanted to give you a letter. And she's like, I don't care about this letter. You just go throw the letter away, okay? And he's like, well, don't you know that you're lovely? And she's like, please leave me alone. And I was like, please leave this woman alone, okay? Stop playing with her, all right? So he leaves. He tells us, he's like, I wasted my time with Darcy, and now I want to go back to my other girl. And I was like, okay, go back to your other girl, okay? Darcy's going to move on, okay? Hopefully not to anybody crazy. But you never know, okay? So the last scene that they had was he had left the letter on her car, and she sent Stacy out there to go rip it up. So that was it, y'all. Then we get to Erica and Stephanie. So we know last episode Erica and Stephanie were fighting at a party because Stephanie was being a little jealous, okay? So their scenes open up in this episode where Stephanie and Erica spent the night apart. And so now they're about to go meet up at a nice botanical gardens to talk about their issues, okay? So that's what they do. They go talk in the garden, and Erica's like, look, you jealous? And you knew all of this stuff about me before you got here. And you was acting like a whole different person when I was talking to you online. So what's the truth? And Stephanie's like, okay, you got a point. So can we just dead this and move on? Do a do-over, okay? So that's what they're going to do. So they're happy now. They walk around the botanical gardens. Everything's fine. Then they go throw some boomerangs with this nice man, okay? And they have a good time. And then Erica takes her to go shark cage diving. And I was like, what? That sounds terrible, okay? But I was intrigued. So that's what they do. Stephanie seems like she was scared, as anybody would be. And I was like, oh my gosh, you really gonna do this, girl? And she's like, look, just make sure y'all clean my mouthpiece. Like, clean it well, because you know I can get sick easily. So they were like, girl, don't worry about it. So she goes into the shark cage and she has a good time with Erica. So the next hurdle they have in their relationship is coming out to their parents, and they're both nervous to come out to their parents. So hopefully it all goes well, but we will see, okay? Next we have Varia and Jeffrey. Varia is still trying to process this news and how it went down with her mama and her brother. Remember, she didn't tell Jeffrey what all her mom and her brother were saying about him, okay? And he was like, so he doesn't think that they said anything too bad, but they really wasn't feeling him, okay? So he feels like, you know, it didn't go well with her brother and her mom, but at least Varia is still on his side. And Varia's like, well, I need to rethink some things too. Like, my mom and my brother got me thinking, like, am I really making a good decision here? So Jeffrey's a little concerned, but she still agrees to go with him on the little camping trip that they have with his friend Igor. So they make it out to the camping trip with Igor, and Igor is hilarious, okay? Igor is made for TV, so I want to see more Igor on TV, okay? So they're camping with Igor, and Igor is having a good time with Jeffrey. And then Jeffrey goes to do something, and Igor and Varia talk. So Igor is like, look, just between me and you, like, how is everything going with Jeffrey? And Varia's like, look, I just found out about some stuff in his past, but I like him, and now I'm looking for my other half, and I'm figuring some things out or whatever. And Igor's like, between me and you, from what I know of Jeffrey, he's a good guy. So she's like, okay, I don't know, but I'll take your word for it, but I still don't know. And I'm like, from what she said her mama told her before they left is to think about it, and then think about it some more, and then think about it some more even after that, okay? So that's what she's gonna do. So take your time, girl. So then we get to baby girl and Usman. So Usman calls his mom because they're still trying to wear down his mama on the fact that she has not blessed this marriage yet. And so they're like, look, Usman's like, look, mama, stop. Like, you know I want to go to America, and you're making this hard for me. So can you just please, like, please say yes, okay? And so mama agrees that they can come to the house and make their case again, but no promises, okay? So they get to the house, and Usman's like, look, mama, you know I want to go to America, so why are you playing like this in front of these people, okay? And Lisa's like, tell mama I said that you'll have a better life in America as far as getting a job and getting more money for your job, and I'll take care of him, I'll take care of you, and we'll come back to Nigeria and see her. Tell her I said that. And so that's what Usman said. And mama was like, I don't know, like, I don't like this. And she was like, I need some time to think. Usman was like, look, you've been thinking about this for a while, and like, we leave tomorrow, so stop playing, mama. Okay, so she's like, boy, you get on my nerves. But yes, I agree. Go ahead. If this is what you want to do, baby, go ahead, okay? So that's what she said. And Usman was like, thank you, mommy. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And Lisa was like, thank you, mommy. Thank you. And mama was like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. So she blessed the wedding. And so the next thing, Usman says, we need to talk about Lisa and her controlling behavior. And I need to set some ground rules. So I was like, uh-oh. So the next scene, they eat some fruit. And Usman is like, look, I know you think you run things, but you don't run nothing. I run things. I'm the leader. In my culture, you need to follow me. I'm your husband. I'm the leader of the house. You ain't going to be controlling things like you think you're doing now. It's just not going to happen. Okay. I was like, okay, Usman, got it. So Lisa was like, I'm not a dog. You can't control me or whatever. And so she gets upset and she leaves. So Usman is like, look, this is going to be tougher than I thought. I thought she was just going to say okay, but she's not. So it's going to take a little more. It's going to take a little more to get her to agree to this. So that was pretty much them. That was pretty much this episode, you guys. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on what happened. And if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I think the 90-Day Fiance, I'm not going to use the word. I'm just going to say in the house. And they are in the house. That comes on either, I think tonight, Monday night. So I'll review that, and that'll be up soon. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.